Imagine a world where Bitcoin wasn't created in 2008 by a mysterious figure called Satoshi Nakamoto, but instead emerged from the smoky backrooms of 1970s computer labs during the height of the Cold War. The entire course of human history would have been dramatically altered, and you probably wouldn't be sitting where you are right now. This isn't just speculation. It's a doorway to understanding how technology and timing can reshape civilization itself. It's 1976. While most Americans are celebrating the bicentennial with fireworks and patriotic fervor, a small group of cryptographers at MIT have just solved the Byzantine generals problem, 4 decades earlier than in our timeline. They've created a decentralized digital currency that can't be counterfeited or controlled by any single government. They call it DigiCash. Within months, word reaches the Pentagon. Military strategists immediately recognize this isn't just a currency. It's potentially the most powerful economic weapon ever created. Imagine the implications. A financial system that could operate completely outside Soviet influence, immune to KGB manipulation. The CIA is tasked with a top-secret mission: weaponize this technology against the USSR. But here's where it gets interesting. The Soviets had their own breakthrough. A brilliant mathematician named Vladimir Petrov, working in Leningrad, had independently developed a similar concept. While American DigiCash was built on individual liberty and free market principles, Soviet collective coin emphasized collective mining for the good of the state. The arms race suddenly had a new front, a crypto Cold War that nobody saw coming. By 1978, both systems are operational, running on primitive networks of university computers and military installations. The limitations were severe. No smartphones, no high-speed internet, just clunky terminals and acoustic modems transferring data at speeds that would make your grandma's dial-up look like 5G. Mining a single block would have taken weeks on computers less powerful than today's digital watches, but the potential was undeniable. The CIA begins covertly introducing DigiCash to dissidents behind the Iron Curtain. Unlike physical dollars, which could be seized at border checkpoints, DigiCash could be memorized as a seed phrase, making it the perfect smuggling vehicle for financing resistance movements. A Polish electrician named Lech Wałęsa reportedly used DigiCash to fund the early Solidarity movement, hiding his private keys in plain sight as a sequence of birthdays in his family photo album. Meanwhile, the KGB wasn't sitting idle. They began using collective coin to bypass Western banking sanctions and fund communist guerrilla movements from Angola to Nicaragua. The technology that promised financial freedom was now bankrolling proxy wars on both sides. By 1981, President Reagan faces a dilemma. His advisors are split. Some want to classify all cryptocurrency technology as a national security matter, effectively making it illegal for civilians to use. Others argue that DigiCash represents the ultimate expression of free market capitalism and should be promoted globally as an ideological weapon against communism. In a pivotal speech that never happened in our timeline, Reagan declares, "Mr. Gorbachev, not only tear down this wall, but tear down your centralized financial system." DigiCash becomes part of American foreign policy, with the US government becoming the world's largest miner, using nuclear power plants to run massive mining operations that would have made today's Bitcoin farms look like pocket calculators. But the real twist? By 1987, neither superpower can control what they've created. Underground crypto exchanges pop up across both blocks. Citizens on both sides realize they have more in common with each other than with their governments. The Berlin Wall falls not just because of political pressure, but because crypto has already made national economies increasingly irrelevant. Imagine Gorbachev and Reagan frantically trying to regulate something that, by design, cannot be regulated. It's like watching two old men trying to catch rain with a fork. Amusing, but ultimately futile. By the 1990s, this alternate timeline looks dramatically different from our own. The Soviet Union still collapses, but instead of oligarchs seizing physical resources, we see the rise of crypto republics, autonomous regions operating on blockchain governance decades before anyone in our timeline even conceived of DAOs. The sobering reality? Technology is never just technology. It's timing, context, and the hands it falls into that determine whether it liberates or controls us. In our timeline, Bitcoin emerged in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis as a response to centralized banking failures. In this alternate history, it would have been weaponized by competing superpowers before ordinary people could shape its destiny. What happens when world-changing technology arrives before the world is ready for it? That's not just an alternate history, it's the question we should be asking about AI, quantum computing, and biotechnology today. If you enjoyed this journey through the crypto Cold War that never was, smash that like button, subscribe for more mind-bending alternate histories, and share this with a friend who needs their brain melted today. The algorithm demands it, comrade.